Hi guys, this is Emily Cupelli and today I'm here with my guest designer video for Gerda Steiner designs using the Snowman Friends stamp set. This stamp set is perfect not only for Christmas cards but also for general cards during the whole winter season. I started stamping my snowman in Strathmore watercolor paper using my archival ink in jet black. Now I'll use the smaller stamps to decorate it. I stamped the twig in the set as its arms. I already positioned the rest of the stamps how I wanted them, and will pick them up with my acrylic block and stamp them with the same archival ink, which is a waterproof ink. Now we'll die cut a big circle from my paper. We'll also die cut a snow hill from a piece of masking tape, which I will place below the snowman. We'll place another piece of masking tape on the bottom part of my circle to make sure I don't get any ink there. Now I'm adding some tumbled glass distress ink to the circle using my round blending tool and a bit of the broken china distress ink to the edge of the circle to give it more dimension. Then we'll be using my distress inks in barn door, fired brick, and forest moss to watercolor my images. I thought I would use the peacock feathers you can see there, but ended up not using it. Also, notice that I went over the images with the blue ink because the colors I will add now will cover the blue I added before. Anyway, I didn't add the blue over the snowman because I will not add a dark color over it that would cover the blue. Actually, I will leave it just white. For this card, I opted for more traditional colors, but of course, you can use the colors you prefer. You can even choose cooler wintry colors and do not add the ornaments. That way, could simply change the sentiment and use it maybe for a hello or thank you card during the winter. I added a bit of shading only to the biggest areas of my images, since it wouldn't be very noticeable on the smaller areas. But you can add more shadows if you prefer. You can also add shadows to the snowman using a gray or light blue color. I like how it looks very white, so I decided to skip that step. I'm using my gold gel pen to add color to the images I didn't color. I'm also using my white gel pen to color the white areas in the hat of the bird. Carefully, I will remove the masking tape. I got a bit of blue over the snowman, for which I am adding some clean water and leaving it there for a few seconds. Then, I'm removing it with my clean dry paper towel. I'm also rubbing it with the brush and drying it again with the paper towel to remove the color. Then I used a smaller circular die to die cut a thin frame from it. We'll glue the watercolored piece to another circle, using the frame as a guide to make sure it is in the center. Now I decided to add some white details to give more dimension to the ornaments. Since the gel pens covered a bit of the black edges of my images, I went over some of them with my black gel pen. Also added some white lines to the hat of the snowman to add more interest and detail to the card. These images are great to personalize and add details with whatever medium and color you prefer. That way you can make them look different in every card you use them. Again, I'm going over the black lines that got covered by the white gel pen. I also decided to add some fringe to the scarf with the black gel pen, and a white shine to the bottoms as well. I already added some wonder tape to the frame of my shaker and will stick a circle I die cut from a piece of acetate. I didn't stick them perfectly, so I'm cutting the excess of the acetate with my scissors. Also added some foam tape all around the circle, and will put some seed bits from dynamites in clear silver and clear iridescent on it. Then added some silver rhinestones as well. I used about 7 rhinestones, but you can add as many as you want. Then removed the backing paper from my foam tape, helping myself with my scissors. Now we'll stick both pieces together, aligning the heel in the frame with the heel in the background. To cover the foam tape that you can see from the side of the shaker card, I cut a thin strip of cardstock which is about 1/8 of an inch wide. But the longest side of my cardstock wasn't enough to cover it all, so I stuck two strips together and then wrapped them around the card and sticked both ends together. This way it looks clean and pretty from the sides as well. You could stick it to the inside too, but I don't think it is very noticeable from the inside, so I left it just as it is. Now I cut a strip of patterned paper and I cut it with the smallest circular die I used for the frame. I think it turned out a little too big, so I'll cut a bit from the top and bottom of it. That strip of paper, which will be the base of my snow globe, is from my Mind's Eye wood paper pad. Then we'll use it as a guide to cut two other bases using the circular die. One of them will work as a reinforcement for my patterned paper since it is pretty thin. So I'll simply glue them together using my liquid glue. Now I decided to add some of my red burlap distress ink to it to add more dimension. I added it from the sides to the center, and will glue it to the bottom part of the front of my card. I aligned the upper corners of the base with the edge of the outer circle. To give it more stability, we'll add some foam tape to the back of it and we'll stick to it the other base I cut. Then I die cut another circle and scored a line on the top of it. Now we'll glue it to the back of my card, adding the glue only to the smallest area of the circle. Using my Encore ink pad in gold, we'll color a strip of white cardstock where I'll stamp my sentiment. And we'll remove the excess of ink with a dry paper towel. Now we'll stamp the phrase Season's Greetings on it using my archival ink in jet black. You could have also used a piece of metallic cardstock. Then we'll glue it to the base of the snow globe. We'll also add some liquid pearls in gold to its corners, which will look like little nails. With another 1/8 of an inch strip of cardstock, we'll cover the foam tape on the base. This time we'll add some multi-medium matte to the sides of the foam tape and we'll push the strip of cardstock against them. Then we'll cut the excess of it with my scissors. And this is my snow globe card finished. I think it turned out really pretty and fun. I totally loved the final result and probably anybody would love to receive it as well. The stamps are adorable and the different shape gives it a special touch. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please give this video a thumbs up if you did and subscribe to my channel if you are not subscribed yet. Don't forget to visit my blog to see the list of supplies and more close-up pictures. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye!